It's annoying when your flatmates eat your food without any notice. But when they think they're entitled to it, it's even more annoying. I put vegetables in all my food to stop my roommate's kid from eating it. Mom threatens legal action. I'm a 26-year-old female, and I share a rented house with a single mother who is 30 and her 6-year-old son. I had another person living with me, but they moved out and the mother moved in. I don't mind living with her and her kid. It's fine, and we kind of do our own thing. I spend a lot of time at my boyfriend's place or working. Our work schedules collide, so we really don't interact much. But when we do, it's fine. No issue there. However, I've noticed that my food would go missing, or portions would be taken from it. I assumed it was her kid, so I asked her if she'd stop him from eating my food. I was calm about it, and she said she would. It didn't really upset me when it first started. It started getting annoying when I get home from work and expect to have a meal's worth of leftovers in the fridge, only to see it picked through or just gone. I kept bringing it up, and she started getting annoyed with me bringing it up. Just from observing them, I realized that neither of them ever eats vegetables. I noticed the food that would get picked through and the food that would be untouched. Anything with green in it was avoided. Orange chicken would be gone, but chicken and broccoli would be untouched. So I started putting vegetables in everything. I find vegetables to be delicious, and anything green, or not a potato, does not get eaten. So I could mix some bell peppers into the food, and it would be fine. I make a big portion of vegetables pretty frequently anyway, so I just started putting it in everything I eat. If I had leftover mashed potatoes, I'd pour green beans in and mix it up. If I had leftover cheesy bacon fries, I'd pour broccoli all over it and mix it in. Usually, my homemade stuff has vegetables in it, but I started making sure everything did. I made a pot of mac and cheese, the kids' favorite thing, and poured in roasted Brussels sprouts, which is actually delicious to me, and I'm eating more vegetables, so it's win-win. My roommate seemed annoyed, but we were all home when I made the pot of mac and cheese. She was in the living room and saw me get out the Brussels sprouts and was like, "What are you doing with that?" And I poured them in. She said I was being greedy and annoying. I just said, "I like Brussels sprouts," and that was it. She said, "We need food," and I told her to go get some, or stop buying only prepackaged things, and your money will go further. I think she sees this as some big act of revenge, but I simply want to be able to eat my food. I also want to add that the sharing is not the issue. It's expecting to have food there, and it's not. So often I'd be working a long day and get home expecting to have a meal's worth of food, and it would all be gone. Or I wake up in a rush and had my food ready to eat in the morning, only to find it gone. So now I have to skip breakfast. If she would simply text and ask, "Hey, is it okay if we eat such and such food?" I would know and then make other plans. I would stop for food, or no, I have to whip something up when I get home. Also, I think eating the last of someone else's food is crazy and rude. If someone makes a big pot of something, and you ask for a serving, sure. But if someone made something, and there is one serving left, and you eat it without permission, that is evil as hell. Oh my god, for me. It seems she thinks her child is entitled to your food, but it's not true. She has to learn how to cook instead of acting entitled. And we have an update. So I have been steadfast with putting vegetables in everything. I have put vegetables in things I've never even thought of. This has carried on. And my roommate calls me a jerk, but will not verbalize that she is eating my food. She just sees me making a lasagna and adding celery and bell peppers in the layers, and fumes off to the side. The only thing I can't add vegetables to is snacks, like chips, or if I bake brownies or cookies. However, this is easily remedied by putting baked goods in a Tupperware and keeping them in my room. Same with chips. As I have previously stated, the sharing is not the issue. Recently, the kid knocked on my door and asked if he could have a bag of microwave popcorn. I said yes, and gave him one. All of this would be way less annoying if she just texted, "Hey, can I have some of this?" and waited for my response before just helping herself. I do feel for her because she clearly struggles with cooking and trying new foods. She's older than me and winces at the thought of biting into anything green, and it is spreading to her kid. But it's no excuse. A few days ago, I was making taco meat out of ground beef, and, like usual, she was looking without looking. She was off to the side watching my every move, but trying to look normal. I made a dish the day before that involved sautéed mushrooms and cut up peppers. So when the meat was almost ready, I opened the fridge, and she freaked when she saw me holding the mushrooms. She exclaimed, "My son hates mushrooms." I just poured them in the pan and mixed them up with the cut-up peppers. This caused her to react in a way I'd never seen from her before. She was yelling and stomping around the kitchen while the kid just watched. I felt bad for the kid to have to see his mom like that. People were worried about her tampering with my food. I don't think she's the kind to do that, but if she did, I would report that right away. She was flipping out. But she didn't snatch my food or knock anything over. She was opening and slamming cabinets, and it was all very silly. Then, she started going off about how she is going to get the authorities involved. I just told her she needs to calm down and relax. She seemed genuinely upset and stressed, and I told her that I understand being a single mom is hard, but she needs to use her government assistance more responsibly. She'll blow it all on cold mac and cheese, sushi, and chicken from the grocery store. I suggested food pantries and buying ingredients that last a while, like potatoes. She said I was being condescending, and I always have food to eat. This is to address the just make a portion of your food and set it aside for her and the kid. I do not make enough money to regularly feed to other people. If every now and then she asked for some of my leftovers, sure. But this is a constant thing that was happening. It's not simple as giving her leftovers that I won't eat anyway. If I make a pot of something, I expect to live off that for the next few days. If it is eaten, then my money is messed up, and I have to go shopping again and budget for more food. It wastes my time and money.